Hey everybody, welcome to a special episode of our Blades in the Dark game. We're, as you can tell, playing in person, which is a little bit rare for us. We are down a player tonight, but we are also adding a player tonight. So we're going to get into that, but I'll let everybody introduce themselves. I'm Steve, the GM. Siege?
CJ, Syrian 1987 online, playing Canter as always.
And I'm Gerrit, Beardsley89 on everything, and then playing Hicks, as usual. Even got my beer this time.
Hi, I'm Eddie. I also do games with CJ. I'm known on the Twitter as ProsperousGRD at the Twits, and I'm Prosperous Guard, even crazier individual on the Twitch. I will be playing a leech, which is a form of Alchemist, and the rest we'll just come into as we play.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Canter and Hicks, the Blue Skies have had a couple days of quiet after the destruction of the Foghounds and the experience with that creature out in the Void Sea.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Bree has taken a day or two, just kind of disappeared. You're not really sure where she's at.
As she's wont to do.
As she's wont to do. So, as you're sort of sitting around collectible specialties, everything has kind of been repaired from the attack of the Foghounds. You're just bumming around, kind of waiting to hear back from Sarah about when to move against the Leviathan Hunter ship.
Mm-hmm.
When there comes a knock at the door.
Hicks, you want to go grab that?
Nose goes.
Canter takes the book he was reading, throws it down, gets up, walks to the door.
So Canter opens the door, and there's a young woman standing there. And you can see that she has an insignia on her coat that is reminiscent of a group called the Lost, which I believe you've had some interaction with previously. They're ex-soldiers. You probably know some of them.
Mm-hmm.
They're currently working in the Coleridge sector trying to improve conditions for the factory workers. And the woman standing in front of you is named Daphnia Slane. And I think you've probably interacted with her once or twice before, maybe even ran across her when you guys were in the army. And she looks up at you and says, "Canter, glad you're here. Can I come in?"
No, of course, Daphne. Come on in.
So she...
And as she comes in, I'm going to flip the sign from open to closed.
Perfect. So she comes inside, sort of walks to the table where Hicks is sitting drinking, sits down, grabs a glass, pours a measure for herself, and throws it back. And you can see her features are haggard. She looks tired. She says, "I need your help. Got a small problem. By small problem, I mean massive headache. Some of the workers have started getting sick. It's not unusual for factory workers to get sick, but the symptoms are a little odd. And we think the foreman might be poisoning some of the workers to get at us.
Oh.
To make an example of them. We don't quite have the strength yet to hit the foreman. And I know that you guys have done some deeds in the past.
Some problem solving.
Some problem solving. We need to find out what they're using to poison the workers, and ideally turn it back on them. The problem is we don't have anybody who can handle that kind of potions or anything like that. Now, we've heard about a guy who is known to do some of that, but he used to work for the Lampblacks, and we're not really on good terms with the Lampblacks, and I don't know if he would even entertain us. So
we'll go walking in as someone he wouldn't know.
hopefully you can interact with him,
Hopefully.
get him to help you out. And if you could solve this problem for us, we would be very grateful. Sound good?
I think so.
Anything you find in the foreman workhouse, it's all yours.
Anything you say.
Anything.
Anything. I think that'll cover payment too. At the very least, we'll call it a favor.
Well, we will definitely owe you if you can pull this off.
You mean when Canter pulls it off?
Yes, of course. And she pours another measure and throws it back. She gives you the address to the alchemist. Sits and kind of chats for a little bit, and then says, "Well, I should get back. We've got another riot to do, and that's always exciting." She gives you both a nod, and then walks out the door.
As soon as she leaves, Hicks goes, "Who was that?"
Hicks, you ever wonder if you're drinking too much?
Never. There's such a thing?
Sometimes I wonder if you drink too much.
No.
Okay, so we'll just make sure your flask is full, and start heading out. Put my sword on, and
Shouldn't we wait for Bree? Right, that's her name, right?
yeah. Bree will
That
catch
wasn't
up.
her, was it?
She was entirely. That wasn't. Was it Daphne?
Daphne.
Daphne was entirely too sane to be Bree. You noticed there was no crazy eyes.
She got the crazy eyes, yeah. Very, yeah. Don't tell her I said that.
Just grab your stuff. You're coming with me. And we're gonna head out.
So you head out. So you've got a tiny little place.
Oh, it's just a small shack.
Yeah.
Like scribbled wording. You would not find this place if nobody referred you to it.
See, he doesn't tell people where to shop.
Hey, that turned out okay, didn't it?
Yeah, we got a new skylight, but it's painful.
It was painful. Are you kidding me? Remember, I was in a coma for 3 days. As we're walking down the street, of course.
Yeah.
You were in a coma for 3 days?
Something like that. I don't know. That's what you told me. Of course, I should consider my source when I repeat information.
Just thought you were taking a well-deserved nap.
Well, it was well-deserved, but...
So you're walking down the road.
And I'm imagining we passed by the place.
Oh yeah, it's drizzling. It's in one of the less savory areas of town, which is really saying something. It's not in the night market. It's a little closer to Coleridge, and you pass back and forth a couple times. Kind of have to stop. Like, where were those? Look around for it. Finally, you find it. Nondescript door, and you knock on it.
You hear some random crashing and banging of objects. Yes, it's open!
Looks closed to me, but...
And the door's just
Open the door.
unlocked.
Yep.
Do I take the reins here?
Yeah. What do they see inside?
Well, it's obviously a really small rundown. It reeks. There's definitely smoke. There's some odd, probably fruity and almost sulfuric chemicals coming around the air. It's not unpleasant, but at the same time, not pleasant. You've definitely had better smelling whorehouses, but also it's not the sulfur works in some smithy or whatever. Pretty much there's a fireplace, a couple tables with a bunch of scribbled notes. Some of them are on the ground, and there's just a man muttering to himself, walking back and forth, going through scribbles with a single counter. It definitely doesn't look like a shop, but definitely somebody lives here.
smells like Bree already beat us here. Smells like one of her concoctions.
It does, but
calculate the
I think this is a lot less likely to explode.
needs more
Maybe.
oil. You! What do you want? Oh, hey.
Why are we here?
Who am I? No, that's the wrong question. Who are you?
I am me. Who are you?
I am me as well. But that's not my name. My name is Baden Maximus Prospero Duskmark. What is your name?
You have 4 names?
I do have 4 names.
Canter, how come I don't have 4 names?
You
You're
picked your
Canter.
name.
Hello. I am Baden Maximus Prospero Duskmark. Pleased to meet you. Are you here to have deals today?
We wanted to...
I only have 1 name.
You picked your name!
Do you want a new name? This is the wrong place to change your names. I deal in chemicals, potions, alchemy, maybe a little spycraft, if you could keep a low profile.
Do you see how thin I am? I'm skinny.
If you want to change your size, I could make a chemical for that. Just mix a little blubber and some oil. I think eating would be faster, but if you're interested.
Well, we...
Yes?
Do you deal in poisons at all?
The assassin's tool. Yes,
I'm not
occasionally.
looking for myself. I'm looking more to...
Have you come to learn? I'm not much of a teacher, but I can take an apprentice. Yes, you're hired.
I'm not looking to...
You're looking to quit the gang?
No, I'm not looking to quit the gang.
Why are you interested in chemicals then? Why are you wasting my time?
I think...
Okay, I'm going to talk to you. You're clearly the brains of the operation. Can someone please explain to me what is going on? You disturb very important work.
I think some friends of mine might have been poisoned.
Oh, investigation.
Investigation.
Is it dangerous?
Yes.
Profitable?
Maybe.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm in. I've been bored for weeks. I've been trying this chemical compound and I just can't get it right. I need this ingredient. I can't do it by myself. I need something to distract me. I have like a writer's block with alchemy things. You know what I mean? I need adventure.
Adventure we can provide.
Excellent. I'll pack my things. He
So-
just hurries off into the back room where he sleeps.
And I'm just gonna be kind of shouting the basic idea. So what we're looking at is, I think there's some workers that have been poisoned. And what we're trying to do is find who did it. But I don't know what goes into poison.
Poisons are chemistry. There's various compounds, various leaves, sometimes oils. Sometimes it's just putting 2 bad things together and it wrecks the system. It's all biology, of course, but mostly chemistry.
That's why we're hiring you, because I don't know that stuff.
Well, you've chosen the right man, for I am a genius.
Okay. And then Canter just starts mumbling to himself. Geniuses, crazy women that
Not
see
crazy,
those-
enthusiastic.
I'm not calling you crazy. Why did I leave the military again? Why did I quit the army? That was at least a steady paycheck.
Blue skies. You told me about them. That's why. Blue skies.
There's blue skies out? And he just runs out the door and look. What are you talking about blue skies for?
I look beyond the sky.
Oh, yes, but there's smoke up there.
The blue
Very
sky.
bad.
There's a blue.
Oh,
It's
you're
a thing. Just
you're a poet? Are you talking metaphorically?
no. I'm just gonna.
I think I made a grave error. He's clearly not the intelligent one. I should be talking to you. So, poisons. Yes.
Yes, poisons.
Dangerous. People
So
getting hurt.
we're going to, and I'm gonna get in conspiratorially. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the foreman's place
Okay.
and find the poison.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
I'm frozen. Check.
And that's what we're going to do. Are you ready?
Yes, of course.
All right.
What do we do when we find the poison? Does he drink it?
Sampling is a good method. I could reverse engineer it. Depends on what would you like to use the poison for.
We
Sounds like an
need
antidote.
we need to cure the poison, but that comes after we find the poison.
Of course, find the poison. I'm assuming you two will do that because you have ice and you can find things.
We can find things, but we don't know what is poison. You do.
Yes.
That's why we.
I am the brains. I am a genius. I told you this.
Yes.
It's not this, though. I can tell you that.
Well, that stuff just kills you slowly.
It's not poison. Don't trust. Esme, what's her name? Renez. What? She owns Beer Court.
Esme?
That's the one. She might say it's poison. It's not.
Well, I know she puts poison in there. What alcohol is a bit poisonous?
All alcohol is poisonous. It wrecks the body, changes the mind. But people like it.
Don't trust him either.
Well, we barely know each other. Of course we don't trust each other. But we're trying to do a job. Yes?
Yes.
I think. Maybe. Yes.
So I'm just gonna let's go. Just give up on trying to
Yes.
just walk out the door.
Onward and upward.
So, you head towards Coleridge. As you get closer, the smoke gets thicker and thicker as the factories just continue to pour out their noxious fumes. It's drizzling a little bit. The sky is always as dark. And there are people moving about the streets, getting off their shifts, heading home. A number of them are coughing. You hear on the far side of the district shouts and a clamor. Probably the riot that Daphne mentioned. What do you guys do? Are you heading, let me phrase it this way. Are you heading straight for the foreman workhouse, bunkhouse, or are you going to try and do some reconnaissance first?
We're definitely gonna do some reconnaissance first.
Okay. So, the way we can do reconnaissance is if you want to do survey or study would be good ones for, I think survey would probably be
The best one.
yeah, it depends on you. Basically, you guys, and this is since we haven't played in a while. It's been a while since we've played.
We picked the thing.
Yes, so you guys pick what action you want, and then I tell you how difficult that's going to be with the position and the effect that you're going to have. So you can say, I want to study, I want to survey. You could also say, I want to try and sneak in by using... Boy, it's been a long time. Prowl.
I don't think sneak. Yeah.
So you could do.
I
So
got
you
nothing.
could basically pick what you want to do, and I'll tell you how you go about doing that.
Okay.
If we kick the door in, I can beat their butts, but
I'm looking for some poison! I think Hicks will prowl around. He's going to pretend that he's a cat burglar.
Okay.
If that's such a thing.
is he humming a theme song to himself while he's doing it?
Yeah. Hicks's Angels. Finds an emerald. Is it an emerald?
Okay. So
you using prowl?
Yeah. Hicks will use prowl.
all right. So
2 dots in that.
2 dots. So that's going to be 2 dice, and I think if you're going to prowl up and try to do some reconnaissance that way, it's going to be risky and standard. And then remember, if you want to, you can take 2 stress to increase your die by 1 or your effect by 1. You can also take a devil's bargain if you'd like for an additional die. You can also get help from one of your friends for 1 stress. for them. Like they take one stress and give you a die.
I was thinking maybe because I can use my Tempest also to bring in like a fog, right?
Absolutely.
Maybe.
Maybe I
Oh, yeah.
think that would be something we want to do now or wait until later. Maybe when we're trying to sneak in, maybe that'd be better for when we're sneaking in.
Yeah, and I think right now you're not actually
so-
sneaking into the place
Yeah, I don't think
so much as you're like sneaking around it and kind of
I don't
watching.
need. I'm just trying to do that. So I'm not trying to do anything super.
Yeah, and this isn't
So,
going to have.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, we'll just.
And I think this is actually a like a gather information roll, anyways, which doesn't typically fall into the risky and standard. So you just kind of roll, and then depending on what you get.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Is just do normal.
Yeah.
Roll here. 6 and a 4.
Oh, nice. All right, so you prowl around.
He's gonna have his mask on too.
Right. Spirit mask. So you prowl around the outside. What are you looking for? Are you looking for like avenues into? Are you looking for like guard routes?
Yeah, a
What,
little bit of everything. Just walking
okay.
around the I guess the perimeter of everything, trying to find
So I think when you're prowling
guard
around,
locations, what
yeah.
they're doing, trying to see if there's any.
I think you find a grate, maybe a dozen feet from the workhouse, and you can just come from kind of looking at it, you can tell that it leads into the building, so that would be a way to sneak inside. You also can tell the movement of the guards as they're walking around. There are actually guards. They're basically workers who are paid a little better by the foreman, who are carrying cudgels and patrolling, watching for workers. And you actually see like a small group of workers leaving one of the factories, and they stray a little too close to the foreman bunkhouse, and a couple of these thugs set on them and kind of beat them up a little bit and then send them packing. What are you two doing?
I'm finding somewhere comfortable to sit and waiting for Hicks to report back because I've got nothing.
Okay.
I do have study and survey.
Okay.
I can do some recon.
Sure.
They're both 1.
So,
What is it?
so study, that means 1 die. So
Okay.
1 dot equals the number
Yep.
of die.
Okay.
Study is for more of like if you want in-depth detail, and survey is more general details.
Okay. I'll go for in-depth.
Okay.
I'm meticulous like that.
All right.
Okay.
So is there any specific information that you're looking for?
Right now we're trying to follow the poison. So I guess any trace elements, or I'm just
Okay.
doing my alchemy thing.
Okay.
I'm here for the chemicals. So
Sure.
I'm trying to find out. 4.
Okay. So you study the area around. You don't find anything that
Okay.
is specifically reminiscent of poison.
Okay.
But as you're kind of passing by one of the areas where Hicks is kind of sneaking up closer, and you kind of follow up along, you get a faint acrid smell coming from one of the second story windows. And it definitely sounds like there's some sort of alchemical production going on inside. It smells like it could be a dangerous chemical.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what you get out of it.
Yep. Interesting.
Like I said,
Easy
I
fun.
know nothing. I'm
Okay.
kinda-
Yep. So you've got a little bit of information. Do you want to decide on a plan of attack?
So Hicks, that grate. Do you think we'd be able to open that grate and get in that way?
Seems doable. I don't see what a few liquid courage potion strengths could do. Do you do strength potions? You make me stronger, more handsome. No, you can't do that. I'm perfection.
Perfection is found in all of us in our own ways. Is there? Can I make like a
You
performance enhancer?
you could
Asteroid?
not
Okay.
You couldn't just whip it up
No,
on the
yeah,
fly.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah,
but yeah, that could definitely be a potion that you could craft in
Okay.
the future.
Okay.
So that would be where we would do the long-term project
Sure.
with downtime and all that stuff.
I do not, my good man, but that is a great idea. I will jot it down. I will call it Smashy Substance.
Which
Name pending.
I imagine there's like 10 different things with name pending.
yeah.
10? Try 100.
So
So the options for
here's
plans are assault, deception, stealth, occult, social, or transport.
I was thinking stealth. I get a few workers together to go after the guards. There's already a riot going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be with them. And these guys can sneak in.
Okay.
So we have a gang of dock workers.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And they're vicious thugs, I believe.
Yeah, I believe so. Would
I left the sheet in my other bag.
would they be willing? I'm gonna have them dress up as workers.
Mhm.
That way, we're not risking any innocence.
Sure.
I'm also gonna get my hands on a cudgel like what they have,
Mm-hmm.
and take some razor wire and kind of wrap it around.
Ooh. So are you looking to? Obviously, you're trying to create a distraction, but are you going to then try to get in yourself, or are you basically just going to stay outside? So are you going to assault the place to get inside, and then they can also stealth? So are we doing two separate plans, or are you helping their plan?
I was gonna help their plan,
Okay.
but I'm not gonna pass up the opportunity to be a little vicious against these guys.
I mean, you guys are vicious.
I am,
You're
certainly.
You're vicious, and I think your dock workers are vicious as well. So it might actually be better to do two separate plans.
Yeah. Could be.
In that case, then we can do two different engagement roles.
Mm-hmm.
So you're good. So it sounds like you're assaulting.
Yep.
No.
Canter's gonna do what Canter does best. Linear thinking, kicking the door.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we didn't really talk about it. Like,
Let's try and think of something. Thanks.
Can we pack inventory at all?
So the way that inventory
Needs to be
works
ready for when
is
Canter goes.
part of the planning
Yep.
is that you decide on your loadout.
Okay.
Which is gonna
I
be
don't really
the-
want to
Take command.
Well,
Because
you
he's
don't have
certainly
to
not
pick
going to trust me.
anything.
with it.
Okay.
So, do you guys remember when you are prepping, you do your loadout, and so you pick either you have a light load,
Yeah.
a normal load, or a heavy load.
Okay.
And the 3, 5, or 6 represents the number of items that you can have. If they're linked boxes, it takes up 3.
Okay.
So like,
Yeah.
and so if you're
Big weapon, heavy armor.
yeah, so one bandolier is going to take up 3 slots. If you take a 3, then that's basically all you have of your
That's fine.
equipment.
That's
Or you could take a 5, which would be a normal, and then you've got 2 extra spares for like weapons and other stuff.
I will pack light because I need to be swift.
Well, and the other thing is that you don't actually have to select
Okay.
that you have the bandolier.
Okay.
The nice thing is you just pick your load.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
as you need stuff, you pick that stuff.
Okay.
So now, if you know that you want to have your bandolier on
Yes.
you, then obviously you're not going to pick anything
Sure,
else.
sure.
But
Okay.
I'm taking.
But, yeah.
Canter's taking a normal loadout.
okay. What about Hicks?
Oh, we're doing normal.
Okay.
Light.
Light. Okay. Did you have another question?
Well, I wanted to give him something if I had my bandolier of fun things.
Okay.
Now it shows 3. Does that mean I have 3 of these different oils and potions? It's a little odd.
Yeah.
It
I would
says
say
choose an alchemical.
I would say each bandolier
Okay.
is you can have either like 3 of one or 2 of one and 1 of another.
Yep.
So you have basically 3 in each
Yep.
bandolier.
Okay.
And you can divvy those up however you
I
want.
have no idea what that one is, but that's okay. Thinking that one, We'll keep it simple. Those three.
Cool.
So I have packed fire oil, grenade, and smoke bomb.
Nice.
I'm giving him the grenade.
All right.
Oh, before you do that, just hang on. Just take this. You snap the lights. Don't think about it. Just throw it. If you think about it, it'll blow up. I've seen it happen. It's very bad.
Is there a number he should count to?
No, he should light and throw. Don't think about it.
Puts it
Don't
in
look
his
at great
bag.
colors. Just grab it, light it, throw.
Puts it in his bag, in his own little pouch. Actually, no, not that. He takes it and hands it over to the leader of the gang. You carry that.
So Brant's the dock worker with kind of a little bit bulkier, has got really thick corded arms, and takes it, kind of passes it off to the next guy. Passes all the way around through the gang and back to you. And
Then I put it in my bag.
You're
all right.
listening to me.
So we've got the plan, stealth and assault. So we need to figure out the engagement roll here. So we start with one die. Is it bold and daring? I would say yes. So
I would say at least mine is, definitely.
yeah, 2 dice. I'm going to give the let's see, 3 dice. So 3 dice for the stealth, 2 for the assault, 3 for the assault because of your gang, and then I'm going to give 4. I'm going to give you guys an additional 1 because they're causing a distraction. So roll 3d6 for the assault.
6, 5, and 5.
Ooh, nice.
Whoa.
And then roll 4 for with either of you.
6, 2, 2, 1.
Ooh, man. Lucky. All right.
Luck is my. I don't have any middle names.
I like to think Hicks is a 6 and I'm the 2-2-1.
Clink, clink, clink.
What are we doing?
Clink, clink.
Wait, why are we oh, right, sneaking. Am I doing this right?
All right. First time I've ever done it myself.
Wait, you're doing it so well, though. Do I just, wait here and...
Just put your feet where I put
Okay.
my feet.
Put your feet right
Do we have the
there.
same size feet? I don't know if that
Your
works.
feet are bigger. I don't understand. Okay. Should we be talking this much?
Hey, we haven't really entered the place yet.
Okay.
We're just getting outside the door.
All right. So we pan over the street as the group of dock workers led by Canter are dressed as factory workers. And they start approaching. You can see a group of the gang members, the
Guards.
the thugs, break off. One of the lead one kind of calls to you and is like, go home. You people aren't wanted here. And the gang just sets upon them viciously and just beats them all into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Do you knock them out, give them a harsh beating, or do you go a little too far? I mean, you've got razor wire on your cudgel.
No, we're going too far.
Okay, so you leave battered and broken bodies in your wake as you pass the first group. The second group tries to come at you. They're a little bit bigger, and you crush them. There's a third smaller group that was just coming out of the building. They see this scene, turn, and they had taken a few steps out. They try to sprint back inside, and your gang catches them, beats them to a pulp on the outside, and leaves them bleeding out, broken, battered.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take the bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to Take them with us. We're
Okay.
just going to take the bodies with us.
Sure. Carrying bodies around.
And ditching them in a ditch as soon as we can. But they're no longer at the place. Until they find them in the ditch,
Are you going inside? Like, do you want to just drag them inside?
my point was to make the guards just disappear.
Right.
So...
Um,
Oh shoot! No, I can't. We can't really do that because the
yeah, the bells are ringing.
Yep. So
That's the disadvantage. There's now a time, which actually, that's a good point. I will make a clock. I'm going to make a 6 mark clock, and I'm going to mark the first one for the spirit wardens arrive.
I was gonna actually say, because I completely forgot about that whole part of the world.
Right.
So we're not gonna kill them.
But you'll get XP if you kill them.
We're going to maim them.
All right, that's pretty vicious.
Like,
Okay.
take their right hands.
Ooh, all right. So I will nix that clock.
Sorry,
So you
but
didn't kill
like I
any
said,
of them.
I completely forgot
it's
about
fine.
that part of the world.
It's been
so.
over a month since we've played, so
Oh, I hate real life.
it's busy. So you maim them. They are like, you are close to one of the canals, so you could take them and dump them in the canal. That would probably lead to them dying. Or you could drag them inside. Like, there's not really a lot around, so imagine there's a whole bunch of factories, and then there's a little bit of like open space.
We're gonna drag them inside.
Where the bunkhouse is for the foreman, and so so you drag them inside. So as you drag them inside, the bottom level is, or like the entry area is empty. Like, there's nobody around there. We switch over to you guys as you're crawling through the pipes underneath the building. You come out, you think somewhere in the middle of the building, in some sort of less than savory avenue that leads out to the canals where certain waste may be dumped. And you pop up. It's also empty in there. Doesn't seem to be anybody around. Didn't have any problems getting into the building. What do you guys do?
Hicks is just gonna walk right out.
Okay. So
Did it? Yeah. All right. Hey, down there.
So you're just walking out, or are you trying to sneak? What are you doing?
You said it's an empty room. How big is the room that we're?
So imagine, there's a series of like basins with knobs to turn on the water. And there are then like pots, chamber pots basically, off to the side. And it looks like they dump water, sluices out into the canal. So it's probably 10 by 10. There's a door on the far side. The grate is kind of right in the middle. So you pop out. There's maybe 6 of these toilets and 2 or 3 basins.
Yeah, so they just pop right out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I may have not chosen the best entrance, but at least it was one.
I do not understand you.
Most people don't.
How much is your beard dancing at this point?
Right now, I think it's just shaking off.
Okay.
It's like,
Yeah. How does Max feel about the dancing beard, the Tikarosi?
Well, it's definitely fascinating. He didn't really want to talk about it because he was more interested in the adventure at the time. But now that we're kind of by ourselves, he definitely has a bit of intrigue. How long have you tentacled?
Tentacles.
They're little tentacles, aren't they? Like squids.
You mean my beard?
Yes.
No. It's a beard. Haven't you ever seen a beard move before?
Fascinating. He just like kind of tries to poke a few of the tentacles. I'm just academic and curiosity.
I'm just picturing like he's reaching out for a tentacle.
Yep.
And the tentacle's like reaching out.
Yeah.
No. We talked about this. Remember the incident with Bree? No and never again.
While we're going back, I try to sneak a few more pokes at the tentacle.
Try and wrap it up and put my mask over it this time.
So you step outside the room and you find yourself in a small hallway. Kind of leads off to the left and to the right, and then there's another like a small hallway that opens up into a larger room that has a set of staircases that go up to the second floor. Looks like to the left might lead down to like a kitchen or a dining room. The right looks like it might lead to where the front entrance is.
And you said the smell came from
Upstairs, second floor.
Can you smell it with all that stuff that we just came through still?
Can I? Or do I need to make another?
So yes, you can.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you can't like you
I
don't
can't.
smell it right
Okay.
from here,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you
yeah.
know the direction that it was coming from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like you don't smell it right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like it's the fumes are filling the house. Or
Not
anything
here.
like that.
You have to go higher.
Then we go lower. No, wait.
Higher.
Yes.
Higher. I said higher. That means up.
Not right now, kid. No. Okay. Just follow me. Just
All right, so you
Upstairs.
guys, so you're heading to
Go
the
upstairs.
room with the staircases.
remember, your feet, my feet. Follow.
So are you prowling, or are you just walking?
We will do a little of both. Like,
All right, let's roll prowl.
Yeah.
So we've got two ways to do this.
Okay.
You can either both roll prowl, in which case, yeah, or you can do it as a group action where one person takes the lead. You both still roll, but if you roll bad,
Yeah.
whoever's leading, assuming it's going to be you since you have the prowl,
Yeah.
is going to take stress.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, that's
that would
that'd work. But yeah, you follow
Probably
my
be
feet.
the easiest.
Group action.
yeah. Otherwise, you're going to face your own consequences.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, do you have anything in prowl?
No.
Okay, that means you roll 2 dice and you take the lower.
Disadvantage. All right. Double sixes. Let's do it. Okay.
No, 3.
Okay.
And then
I should have told you this was risky and standard. Was the effect. Now we're actually into the action rolls. So lovely. All right, so you got a 3 as the highest roll. You take a stress because of the 3. You can't stress yourself out, fortunately, because you rolled so low. So you only take the 1 stress. All right, so you sneak down. Well, you sneak down the hallway into the room that has the staircases. As you step into the room with the staircases, you come face to face with about 5 burly thugs who are rushing towards the front entrance. One of them looks at you, intruders, and swings his cudgel straight at your face. So I think it's gonna be a level 2 harm of let's see, bruised ribs, unless you'd like to resist. And I'm assuming that you were leading since you
Yeah.
were leading the group action, so this is coming at you.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll try and resist. What was the negative of trying to resist and failing?
So resisting is you roll and whatever your ability is, and then you subtract that from 6, and whatever's left is the stress you take, but you reduce the consequence.
Okay.
So if you roll a 6, you take no stress, and the consequence goes down to a level 1 harm. You can also take armor to resist consequences as well. The other option, you can't really get out of this particular scenario because it's already happened, but you always have the option during a score to do a flashback. And so if there's something that you think of that's like, oh, I could have set this up so that, I had this ready, or so on and so forth, you can say, I'm going to do a flashback. If it's something normal and easy, it doesn't cost you any stress. If it's a little out of there, it's going to cost you 1 stress. If it's really outlandish, then it's going to cost you 2. So if you're like, I want to have my blue coat buddies ready to ambush the ambushers, it's going to be like, that's going to be hard. That's going to be really hard. Yeah. So what are you doing?
What would Hicks do?
He can't drink right now.
I challenge you to a drinking contest.
Okay.
I mean, you can try it, but
we're gonna try and resist it.
and I'm actually, since this was a group action, I'm going to say that all of them are attacking you. So they're attacking both of you. So you're both going to take this harm. So you both have to resist separately.
Okay.
Okay.
So what you do to resist, if you want to, you can take a level 2 harm.
Okay.
In which case you would write it into here, and you would take -1 die in the future.
Right.
Or you can resist with one of these, and I think in this case either prowess or resolve would be what you'd be rolling to resist. And again, you're going to take whatever amount of stress minus 6, or 6 minus the die is the amount of stress that you're going to take.
What, I roll on the die?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like if you resist with prowess, which makes the most sense
Yeah,
because
that's
it's a
what I'm thinking,
physical
yeah.
attack.
Sure.
You would roll 1 die, whatever that is. You subtract 6, or you subtract that from 6, and then you take that amount of stress.
Okay.
You could, if you could come up with a way that you're resisting with resolve, which is like mental fortitude, and that
Ain't nobody got time to be injured.
yeah, you're exactly. You're kind of like sloughing it off, and just like, yeah, it hurts, but whatever. Then you could roll 2 dice.
Okay.
So, but you don't ever have to resist, but you can. What are you doing, Hicks?
Oh yeah, he's gonna resist with prowess.
Sounds good to me.
Now, how many do I just roll the 1 die then, or
So with prowess, you roll whatever dots you have in the first column going down.
So I would
Under
roll 2,
prowess. Yes.
and then take the higher end result.
Correct.
Okay.
6.
There you go. You take no stress. It reduces it down to a level 1 harm.
All right.
So you could tick your armor if you wanted to completely reduce it, or you could just take the level 1 harm. It's up to you.
I'll take the level 1 harm.
Okay. So instead of bruised ribs, just like grazed ribs or something like that.
Can't really think of a result at this point. I'll do the prowess.
Okay.
And see what happens.
Sure.
Alright. 4.
Okay, so you take 2 stress.
Okay.
And that also reduces down to a level 1 harm.
Okay.
So it would be the same, grazed ribs.
Okay.
You do want to kind of write in the description because you could take like grazed ribs and then anything that you would do intellectual, you wouldn't get that reduced effect.
Yeah.
So it doesn't necessarily apply to everything. It only applies to things that match that.
All right.
Okay, so they set on you, and you kind of duck and dodge out of the way as they're swinging at you. What do you do?
I probably should have asked this ahead, but fire oil, is that just oil that's flammable, or
What do you want?
like napalm?
What do you want fire oil doing?
I want to make like a little wall of fire, so we spread disarray and possibly set things on fire. Because I'm good at chaos with alchemy.
Sure. So yeah, so that sounds like. So you're going to have to make a roll for it.
Okay.
And I think the one that
Probably
makes
wreck.
Yes, wreck is the perfect one.
All right.
So you're going to take wreck.
Yep.
You can spend 2 stress to give yourself an extra die if you'd like to. I don't think in this case your grazed ribs effects here, so it's going to be a risky position with a standard effect because you know this is a room that has plenty of wood, so it is possible to inflame. So if you wanted to take 2 stress, I could also offer you a devil's bargain, which basically devil's bargain is something bad. You get an extra die, but that comes to pass no matter what whether you succeed or fail.
Well, this is actually a pretty stressful situation, so that makes more sense to just add some stress.
Perfect.
Just be like, what do I do? Set everything on fire! So I'll do that.
Okay,
so that's
cool.
2 stress.
So it's 2 stress.
You want to take me? You'll never take me alive!
Like during this entire time, like when they set up on them, Hicks is like dodging out of the way. What, me? No, I'm not an intruder. No, I work here. No, just leave me alone. No, I'm going upstairs.
Alright, so I'll make my wreck. Okay, 5.
5, okay. So that is, let's see, 4 to 5. So it's a success with a complication.
Okay.
So you set stuff on
On
fire.
fire.
Yeah, that happens.
What's the complication?
The complication,
You set a lot of stuff
It's
on
on fire.
no. The complication is you set the fire between you and the stairs.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's now a string of napalm, basically, between you and the stairs. I think 2 of the guys light on fire. The other 3 are managed to, like, get back to the other side.
Right.
But the fire is now, like, spreading and crackling.
So fire's between me and
No, both of you are on that side. Yeah, because you were kind of side by side.
gonna run through.
You pretty
Just
much
gonna
saw me
jump.
like swing it. You're just like, okay.
Hicks is gonna look at, and just he's gonna run and jump as best as he can, and yeah, it's a little reckless, but that's what Hicks is now. So
All right, I am starting a clock.
Okay.
Building burns down.
Yes.
It has 4 ticks, or 4 sections on the clock, and it's starting with 1 tick. When it gets to 4, the building is
coming down.
consumed.
We gotta find this bed. That's what,
Wasn't part of our payment like whatever we could take?
yes.
Now, I mean, you can try to do something to stop the fire, right? You can fight against that. So there's now fire between the 2 of you, and between the 2 of you on one side, the 3 thugs who did not light on fire and the staircase are on the other side.
And Hicks is going right through the fire.
He's gonna
And
jump up.
so Hicks is like running towards the fire, and we cut to Canter and the thugs in the front room. You hear a slight scuffle, and then smell what smells like burning fuel and wood. Now you are in the entryway. There's a hallway that leads, like a door, hallway that leads straight down. That's where the sound comes from. There are also what looks like 2 hallways that lead around the outside of the building. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna look over to
Brant's.
Brant's. Split you guys up, loot the place.
Got it, boss. And they break off and head in 2 different directions. So they're gonna go around the outside.
And I'm gonna go right down the middle towards the
Okay.
scaffold.
So you open the door and you see flames at the end of the hallway. No, I'm sorry. Because it was. So there was the hallway that goes down, and then it goes this way,
Yep.
and they're this way. So you like go down, turn the corner, and then you see like flames, and you can. I think as you turn the corner, you see Hicks leaping through the flames. I'm gonna need you to make. I think it's gonna be. Well, what do you want it to be? And prowl is typically jumping over obstacles.
Yeah, we'll
so
continue with prowling.
since you've got prowl, hang on. Before you roll, this feels like a pretty desperate roll to me. So you're leaping through fire,
Yeah.
leaping through napalm fire. So this is going to be desperate, which go ahead and mark an XP for yourself for that. And this is going to be under prowl, so it's going to go to your.
Prowess.
Oh, okay, just put that in there. Okay.
Yep. It's going to be a standard effect because it's not that like long of a fire, like to jump over, but you have a good chance of injuring yourself if you mess this up. All right.
Not if.
When? Right. Who knows? You can roll all sixes.
It's true. It's true.
It's happened to you before.
Yeah.
So, do you want to take any stress, or do you want to take a devil's bargain?
We'll do stress, yeah. For
Okay.
now. So 2 stress?
2
right?
stress would give you an extra die.
Extra die. Okay.
Yep.
It only puts me on 3, so we're good there. Extra die.
Okay.
I can't also take a devil's bargain, right? Either way.
What you could do if you wanted to is you could take a devil's bargain, and you could do the stress to increase your effect, so you would have greater effect.
No, we'll be good.
Which I think in this case, standard effect is fine for jumping through.
Alright.
I guess if it was greater effect, you would get past the guys and be on the stair, like on the base of the stairs, rather than now with standard effect, you're going to make it through, but they're still going to be between you and the stairs. So you're still going to have to get past the 3 thugs who are on the other side.
Oh,
of the
there
fire.
are 3 thugs still.
Yes.
Yep.
Did not know that.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's basically there's the hallway, the 2 of you, fire, 3 thugs, staircase. Staircases.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I misunderstood the situation.
Yeah. Now, depending on what you want to do, you do also have the Tempest ability.
Okay.
So
So yeah, this is actually what he's
there's-
gonna do.
Yeah.
He's gonna jump through the fire and just lightning bolt the crap out of people at the same time.
All right.
So
I love it.
So first, I guess I have to roll to do that. Jumping through the
Yeah,
fire.
let's see if you make it through the fire first.
Yeah. Okay.
It's gonna be bad.
That's good. 2, 3. Oh no! No!
It is the worst outcome.
This is a fixed thing. Oh, love me, guys. Okay, no.
Okay, so go ahead.
He jumps right,
Uh-huh.
and his whiskey and everything is loose in his coats. So they come out and just into the fire and burst. Something he wasn't expecting.
So it's worse than that. Oh man. You jump through the fire and the flasks stay in your pockets.
Yep.
And and you ignite in flame. This is gonna be a level 3 harm. Yeah. Burning alive, I believe, is the you are ignited. And in addition, as you like hit the ground, they are let's see, I think the other complication is that you basically carry this past them and you light one of the staircases on fire. And so now like it's like spreading up even faster. So I'll take another of the building burning down. Now you can resist both of those effects if you want.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that with an attune and try and use a tempest ability to blow like wind.
Okay.
I guess try to like blow it off.
Yeah.
If I can, maybe on the guy. I don't know. Just to
Okay.
try and just
So that's-
dispel the flames in with a wind.
So it's gonna be insight if you're doing Because
It's
remember, you got to
Attune, yeah, it's under resolve.
Oh, right. Never mind. It's resolve.
Yeah, so I just roll 1 to resist, right?
Yeah. Now you could do prowess if you wanted to.
No, doesn't he resist
and
with...
it's whatever is in the first column.
So
Okay.
Going down.
1. No, that Hicks would be trying to use his magic to do this. So 5.
Ooh.
So
All right.
take 1 stress.
So you take 1 stress. It's reduced to a level 2 harm.
Burning clothes.
Yeah. Yeah. Severe burns, I would say. So that's you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whether or not the flame,
so I still gotta do...
because your flasks and stuff now they clatter out,
okay.
and that's what's gonna catch, basically, or you whip off your coat and it's still burning and it catches. So you'd have to resist that as well if you want to. So there's 2 consequences here.
Okay.
There's your level 3 harm, and there's me taking the building burning down
okay.
once. So if you want to resist that, you're gonna have to make another resistance roll.
Yeah, and that would be with resistance, or would that be using my attune ability to?
So you can only resist consequences.
Okay. Got it.
So I mean, you could fictionally use your attune to do that, but it's going to be resolve again.
Resolve again.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me. Cause I actually worked that, so that one's not there right now. Oh yeah, that would work.
If only there was a way to
Erase
get rid of
things.
marks that...
Oh. Yeah. So yeah, that's what. Yeah, he'll try to do. Is try to nope.
Okay.
Airbend the crap out
Yeah.
of
So
it.
you're basically you swept it over yourself. Now you're forcing it forward to kind of wipe out that stuff.
5.
Jeez. All right.
Okay, so just put you back. Yep.
So it doesn't catch on.
No.
So he's on
the other side now.
Okay, is he on fire still?
Not anymore.
Okay.
No,
You can do it.
He now has burns on his body, but he
I
is.
came up
And
with
you
that.
hear Canter yelling, "What did you guys do?"
It's not my fault this time.
You're gonna.
I say we blame Bree. Oh, that hurt. I'm moving too fast.
You're gonna hate this because I thought of something. My last bandolier was a smoke bomb. Now, he's a little volatile. He's probably set things on fire in his shop before.
Yeah.
So he has a special smoke bomb substance that works like a fire extinguisher. So basically, he has a small zone where he can suffocate the fire.
Okay.
And douse it.
All right.
I was gonna use it to do a smoke screen, but also quell the fire to make it more passable.
Okay. I have
Yeah.
a counter proposal.
Okay.
You could do a flashback
Okay.
to have a separate
Okay.
device.
Yeah.
And
Anti-fire device.
what we would do for that is that seems like a pretty reasonable
Yeah.
device considering you went straight for the fire oil.
Yeah.
So all we have to do is I think you should roll Tinker
Okay.
just to
Sure.
make sure that you have it.
Right.
Like you it's something you crafted.
Yeah.
So roll your Tinker, and it's not going to be success or failure.
Okay.
It's how high you roll determines how
good it is.
Good it is.
Okay.
Exactly.
3.
3. Okay. So it's going to snuff out it's for small fires.
Yeah.
It's going to snuff out a small enough portion that you can quickly get through.
That's perfect. Yeah.
But it's not going to stop it from.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna.
no.
I'm not gonna remove
I'm
the
not
tick.
killing the
but-
fire. Yeah. It's enough that I can get through it.
Yes.
And ideally I would put him out, but he already put himself out.
Yes.
So I just throw it in.
And run through. Okay. So you turn the corner. You see this. You see the smoke. The alchemist jumps through.
Oh, that was a smart move.
What are you doing?
I'm going to check on Hicks. I'm walking up, probably jogging
So
briskly up.
you're gonna have to basically sprint to try and get through before the fire because it was only like a small avenue that snuffed out.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna have to race forward. So I'm gonna need some sort of roll from you.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna propose finesse just to kind of set my feet right.
We can go in.
So I think with finesse, because finesse is for finesse an item from someone's pocket, employ subtle misdirection or sleight of hand, handle a vehicle or a mount. Prowl's the jumping and running. So I think if you want to use finesse, it's going to be desperate and kind of like you're basically like running in and trying to like parkour your way and like.
All right, I will take. I'm gonna do prowl and just take 2 stress to not be at a disadvantage.
Okay. So then I think it's just going to be risky and standard with prowl.
Oh, 1.
All right. So you reach the flames.
Mm-hmm.
And the flames start to lap back up. And they kind of close over. And you're not able to make it through.
Oh, we won it.
Exactly. Yeah. That's no good. And unfortunately, your coat is now on fire.
Who said I was stopping?
Okay.
Canter doesn't leave anybody behind.
Okay. So you're just going to barrel your way through?
Just gonna barrel my way through.
Okay. It's going to be level 3 harm. Just straight up. Right through. As you catch on fire. Well, we'll call it level 2 because it was risky and you don't have flammable liquor on your body. So, and you're running pretty fast. So we'll call it level 2 scorched.
Okay.
Unless you want to resist it.
I have both my level 1s full, so doesn't matter.
All right. The pain magnet.
Yeah.
Good. So
I'm halfway up the stress level.
So I think what we see is the camera kind of focuses on Canter, and then he starts running, and it's panning back down the hallway. As he bursts out, it kind of pulls back up so that you can see the whole scene as the 3 thugs are setting on the 2 of you, and you're kind of like trying to fight them off on the other side. And Canter's sprinting towards the gap, and it just laps over and just covers his face and just barrels right through it.
Pretty much.
And I think that's a good place to stop for right now.